Hi. So, does the moog MINITAUR has a pulse width modulation option? Well, no, but yes, we can modulate the pulse width. I find a way doing this. I didn't see someone speaking about it, so I decided to create a video. Let's begin. So let's init the patch. And we have a sawtooth wave. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add oscillator 2 instead of oscillator 1. And in the editor of the moog MINITAUR, we have a sync option. So right now, oscillator 2 is synced to oscillator 1. We can hear the effect if we change the frequency of oscillator 2. Okay, that's the sync effect that we know. Now, when we use oscillators sync, usually the oscillator that is synced is higher in frequency from the oscillator that it is synced to, because otherwise it is not finishing a full cycle of its wave. But today we will use oscillator sync when the oscillator that is synced is lower in frequency than the oscillator that it is synced to. So let's change oscillator 2 to pulse, to square. And let's take a look on a square wave. So we can see that in a square wave, 50% of the time, the value is on one voltage, and the other 50% of the time on another voltage. Now, if this wave is synced to another oscillator that is faster in frequency, it will not finish its full cycle. Let's say it will finish in its cycle somewhere here. So now the values of the pulse are not even. And that's how with oscillator sync we can change the pulse width of a square wave. So let's get back to our square wave that is already synced to the first oscillator. Yeah, we hear oscillator 2 that is synced to oscillator 1. And we will change the frequency of oscillator 2, but to be lower than the frequency of oscillator 1. So it will not complete its cycle when oscillator 1 tells it to initialize its cycle. And we hear the same effect of a pulse width modulation. We can pick some points to have a narrower pulse. And we can also modulate this knob, but we have to choose on the editor that the LFO will only control VCO2. And if we add the amount of the LFO controlling VCO2, so we can see that we have a pulse width modulation. Now we have to find the right spot of the frequency of oscillator 2 and of the amount. So this is how you can modulate the pulse width with the Moog MINITAUR. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Thank you. See you next time.